Hey y'all, what's up? So we're back. Welcome to 2024. I have a lot to share. I've got a lot on my heart. And yeah, I don't even know where to begin, but let's start. So the last time we posted a video was back in June when we went back to the Homestead Festival in Tennessee. We got back here, life is always busy, and first off, let me tell you where, let's rewind a little bit. I'm gonna rewind to yesterday. I was watching a video by Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm. If you do not follow her, make sure you go follow her. I've followed her for a few years now. She's just very inspirational and motivating. And I was listening to a video of hers yesterday, and she was, I think the title was like, "What's it like to be a YouTuber?" or something like that. And I try to watch all her, so I was going through it. And she said a few things when she said she gets a lot of questions about what's it like, being a content creator and this and that and your equipment and blah, blah, blah. And she said a few things about, if you're going to start a channel, start it for the right reasons. What are your goals? Always stay true to yourself. It's okay to mess up on camera. It's okay to share the world that you did something wrong. And I'm going to try not to tear up because apparently I'm feeling emotional, but I just got really convicted. Creating YouTube videos is not easy. It's uncomfortable. You feel awkward sometimes, and especially in our stage. Like, we have not been doing this long, only a couple of years. And I find myself stopping and getting out of my routine because I get self-conscious. Sometimes when you turn the camera on, you feel like you're supposed to be teaching people other things. And what if other people go, "Why would you do it that way?" Or what if I teach something that I think that we're trying right now, and then later, on down the road, I go, "Ooh, that didn't work for us." And so after June, I turned the camera off. And I thought, my videos will never look like some of these other people. I don't have a perfect home. And this is why I decided to sit down. This is my leather workshop for my business. It's not perfect. It's messy because I work in it. And after that video yesterday, I just got really convicted about, sometimes I don't turn the camera on in the kitchen because maybe a kid yells in the background. And maybe it's not a cute modern farmhouse kitchen like I'd like. And right now my greenhouse is a disaster because it's been winter here in Oklahoma and we've had some crazy cold temperatures, well in the negatives. It's been raining like ridiculously the last few days, and it looks like a swamp outside, and it feels gross, and my kids have been sick. And life happens. But then I went back to try to evaluate, what do I like watching on other people's YouTube channel? And you know what? When I watch people that maybe have been doing this for a while, and maybe they seem like they have it all together, even if they don't say that, it can be really disheartening. And you can think, I'll never get there, and it can just make you feel really ungrateful, and that's not what I want to be. I don't want to be an ungrateful person because the joy of the Lord is my strength. And if I don't want to be that person who's trying to make things, like, oh, I'm going to tidy this in the background before I turn the camera on. But that's life. And what I love seeing in other people's YouTube videos is life and realness and children in the background, whether they're playing or crying or whatever that may be. And another thing is, you know, I do have 4 small children. We have 2 in-home businesses. My husband works full-time also, and he goes to school full-time online. We have a lot going on. But it is a huge priority of ours right now to be building our homestead and to be building our businesses, because our dream, our heart's desire is to have him home full-time. We want that more than anything. I would give up ever having a bigger, nicer house just to have him home. And so 2024 for us has been huge in reevaluating our goals and our priorities. And in that, you know, another reason for stopping the videos was, number one, it's hard with all the things I just listed going on. Obviously, it's a lot. But something she mentioned else yesterday was, she said, you know, so what if you don't do all the cool video transitions and all the music behind your videos? And I thought, you know what? I got caught up in that. I thought it had to take me hours and hours to edit. And then maybe we'll get to that one day. So what? But what is my goal in posting? My goal is to be an inspiration to others that are also just starting out. So what if I do something wrong? So do these other people. They're real too. And I just love how real Jess is. And like I said, she's always so inspiring and honest, even though you can easily look at her and go, I'll never have that many high tunnels. I'll never have that much land. Like, financially, that seems impossible. But she'll be the first to tell you, just like 10 years ago or something. I mean, she was broke. And it's not about the money at all. Anyway, so this just brings me, I just wanted to turn the camera on today. I just was really convicted yesterday that I love watching other people on YouTube who are just starting. I love watching people who have a story and who are raw and real. And to be myself, even if I'm not maybe comfortable with who I am, like, I need to be confident in who God created me to be and who God created my husband to be, who God created our family and the stage in life we're in right now. And maybe one day we'll get to, you know, where we're striving to go. But for right now, I want to be raw and real, and I want to be like those other people that I love to watch. I love to see them, like, actually, hey, I tried this and don't do that didn't work. Because that's real. So anyway, I was just really convicted to turn the camera on today and say some of those things, because maybe, you know, the few followers we have, maybe some of you have some of those struggles too, that maybe you have imposter syndrome, that, you know, you think this person over here that you watch has like a really cool personality and you don't have that, or they have all this land and you don't have that. But it's okay, because we just need to embrace what God's giving us for right now. And we all have stages. And there's a song that I love. I actually don't even know if they wrote it, so I'm just gonna say that up front. But there's a band that we've loved for a while, and actually we've become friends. Emily is my girls' violin teacher. Their name is Southern Raised, and they sing a song. Like I said, I don't even off the top of my head know if they're the ones that wrote it, but it's called Everyone Goes Through Chapters. And it's true. We all have certain chapters in life we're in right now, and sometimes they're more difficult than others. But if we really want to hop on here and be an inspiration to others, or just be a community. I mean, I want to be in a community of other like-minded people, people who want to homestead, people who want to better the land, people who want to better their family, just steward what God's given us. And we have to embrace those chapters, even if they're not something we are super in love with, or maybe we're even embarrassed to share. But once again, God has us here in this season for a reason. And anyway, I just want to hop on here to share that. As I say that, I hear a kid screaming in the background, and I'm not going to edit it out because I have kids and sometimes they scream. Anyway, thank you for joining me if you're watching this, and just thank you for our community that we've built with, whether it be my leather business or you know, our YouTube and our homestead. We have some really big goals for our homestead this year, and I'm excited to see those come to fruition. Or if maybe God, you know, twists or put some twists and turns in there a little bit to change our focus, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that He's our focus. And I want to embrace, I've never been one to choose a word for my year. I'm really bad. I'm a goal person, but I'm really bad at like keeping those going. Once again, I have small kids. I've got a busy life. But this year I decided my goal for this year is simplicity. I want to go back to the simpler things. I want to go back to the roots of why we do things. You know, we're going back to spending time making sourdough. Does it take 2 days to make? Yep. Is it better for us? Yeah. And do my kids love doing it with me? Yeah. So our word for this year is simplicity for our family. Just making sure that we're taking the time. And so whether these YouTube videos are super consistent or whether or not, I'm not going to stress about it, because I'm going to be here and we're going to show up as a family and be raw and real about what's going on in life. And even if the project I share don't seem to be a huge putting up a giant high tunnel, you know, Kenneth was outside just clipping chicken feathers because they keep hopping out of our chicken coop. That doesn't seem big, but I'm going to share it because everybody goes through stuff like that. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you back soon. Bye. All this mud, just glorious. We're gonna have to figure out how to build this up a little bit, because every time it rains it does this, and then it's like walking through a pond to get to my greenhouse. Hey buddy, these poor piggies out here. Holy moly, it's muddy, y'all. This little miss, since we haven't been on in a while, we thought she was pregnant. Their faces. Apple juice right here. We thought we had some signs of pregnancy. We never actually tested, but I'm not sure. If so, her due date will be March something. I don't remember. I'll have to relook. Okay, y'all, you ready for real? So our greenhouse, I'll be honest, I neglected it. When the season was over, I was so done. And I left, not knowing, because I'd never had a greenhouse before, I left all of my like 10-20 trays and pots and all that. I left them in the greenhouse because, once again, I'd never had a greenhouse and I messed up. And I didn't realize, I should have realized, it's common sense, but anyway, I didn't think about it. And it got way too hot in here, so it melted a bunch of them. 10-20s are not an issue, but my like 3.5 inch, whatever I use for my plant cell, a bunch of them melted. So you live and you learn. Another thing is, if you guys have been here a little while, you remember that so the regular plastic is on the outside, but on the door, Kenneth put me this nice like clear plexiglass, which I absolutely love, because you can't really see out of that plastic well, but when I'm out here working and the kids are playing, then I can really see out of this. However, we had left the bottom, it's hard to describe, but we had let it overhang a little bit on the back side to cover any air that might drift in, like right here. Well, one day last season, I was walking out and I caught it and kind of cracked the bottom portion. So we've been needing to fix it for a while. And then I walked out here the other day to check. I needed to get something out of the greenhouse. And it was just laying inside, like just laying inside the greenhouse. Like something had bumped into it, knocked into it. We're not really sure. But that's not cheap stuff. So we're trying to find, we may just have to put plastic on the bottom for now. I can still see out of the top really well. It's frustrating, but it just is what it is. So this is the next, if it can get dried out, this is the next project. It's a disaster house in here. And once again, I'm just gonna be real. It's terrible looking and I haven't taken care of it. This area of the yard floods as well. So therefore, when this part of the yard floods, so does the greenhouse. So Kenneth is actually headed back from Lowe's right now. He's gonna go ahead and build me up a platform. I didn't think I wanted it or was concerned about it at the beginning, but I'm out here enough during the spring. I need to be up, not ankle deep in water when I'm working. So this is the next thing. There's my poor plexiglass. I think that's what you call it. Anyway, there it is right there, broken. We have no idea. Like I said, I knew that I had bumped into it, but then I just walked out the other day and it was randomly laying in here completely broken off. So I have no idea, but this is my next project because seed starting. There's a few flowers. Like I said, we've got big plans to grow our like cut flower area portion of our sales for like farmers market and stuff this year. And a couple of the flowers I am way behind on, and now apparently there's been like major delays in shipping. We hardly ever order anything unless it's through Amazon. So I ordered through Johnny's the other day and they shipped it when they were supposed to and all. But I got a notification that UPS had misrouted. Oh, I think that's something Kenneth's been looking for. Yep. They had accidentally misrouted my shipment at a facility, so now it's going to be multiple days late. So I'm launching at the bit because another thing is I'm going to be trying soil blocking this year, and y'all, I'm so excited. I remember when I learned about soil blocking and it was quite the foreign concept, but it makes so much more sense. So I will take you guys along on that journey as well. I'm really excited to try it, but I'm ordered it from Johnny's and it's in that order, so I'm a little stuck. Otherwise, most of my seed starting starts next Friday. I'm gonna try to have all my planting days be on Fridays. We don't do school on Fridays, and so that should be that's more, we kind of leave that for our open and more fun day. So I think that's what we'll do, is we're gonna just try to always have our planting days on Fridays unless, you know, something happens. So that's next Friday. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. My package says now it's supposed to be here on Tuesday, so we shall keep our fingers crossed and see about that. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of share you what Oklahoma swampland looks like right now. It looks pretty ridiculous. But anyway, at least it is not negative temperatures. And I am so ready for that sunshine and to get my hands in the soil and to be at the market almost every weekend. Anyway, until next time, see ya.